Hello, hello, and welcome to the Video Game Valley. It's a beautiful day today, a perfect, crisp 72 degrees out. We're continuing Escape Velocity Override on the Macintosh computer. Escape Velocity Override on the Macintosh. How are you all doing today? Hope you're doing okay. Hope things are going well for you out there in this haunted world. I didn't get a lot done today. I didn't get very many things done. I did a little bit of writing. I hung out with my cat Scallion. Scallion loves to at night sleep in between Scuffy's legs, just like Scuffy will lay out on the bed and Scallion will stretch across both legs and just lay there. But I haven't been able to figure out a way to get Scallion interested in cuddling with me yet. But I finally figured it out when I have this desk that I write at sometimes, and I set this little cushion down in my lap, and she just went there and passed out for hours. She was there for like an hour and a half yesterday, and then I guess that's a spot she's happy with, because as soon as I sat down there, she was like, put the cushion down. Just impatiently waited for the cushion to go down in my lap so she could pass out. She was there for like almost 3 hours today as I was writing. Kept trying to get her to get up, but no, she wasn't having it. Did some more package stuff for the Charlie DVD and Blu-ray. Sending those out tomorrow. Got another batch I gotta work on tomorrow. Yep. I guess that's about it. That's about all I've been doing. I got a green tea with me. Green tea with jasmine. Delightful. Green tea. Also jasmine. Yum. I guess we can get right to the game. I guess there's nothing holding us back at this moment. Nothing holding us back at the moment. Nothing at all. Nothing holding us back. Oh, I just noticed the review. There's some reviews for that Blu-ray and DVD. One sec. One moment. Oh God! Son of a gun! Yeah, look at this. 5-star rating. Thank you, Anthony. 5-star rating, thank you, Charles. Oh, my hat is off to you, Jason and crew. Thank you for this wonderful review. Voodoo Raisins. Look at this little draw. Look at this. Look at this drawing. This is great. Thank you, Tanner and Galena. I haven't actually looked at these reviews yet, so it's possible there's someone who's very upset. It's possible there's a negative review. This one was a gift to my mom due to the nostalgia of watching it with her as a kid. I hope your mom enjoys it. Halen. Earl, thank you for the review. Duncan, thank you for the review. Bug. Man, got all sorts of reviews. If you're a Charlie the Unicorn fan, this is a must-have. Nice. Great collection of Charlie the Unicorn videos. Thank you, Sims, and Timothy, and Blake, and sign in with Apple user. Thank you. Thank you, good. Thank you, Crystal Lacombe. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, Abood. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Cheryl. Man, there's all sorts of reviews. Wow. Amy, thank you, Amy. Thank you, Joshua, a different one. Thank you, Kevin, Chad. Evie. Thank you, Carter, Levi, Laura, Zeggy. Thank you, Jason. That's not me. I did not leave a review for myself. Thank you, Shroom. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, Comtar. Hey, Video Game Valley's Comtar. Thank you, Corey, with this wonderful picture. Look at this. It's just on a chair somewhere. That's great. Thank you, BG Authorman. April. Lillian. Thank you, Brett. Dimitri. Sam. Thank you, Roy. Jared. I didn't realize there were going to be so many of these when I looked through them. I didn't expect this to take so long. Thank you, Aiden. Christopher. Thank you, Jason, again. All right, and we're back to the other products. Thank you to all of those people as well, too. But all right, I guess we can get going with the video game. Jason Statham that time, big Charlie fan. Jason Statham. Make sure the audio's working. Yes, wonderful. Escape velocity. Override. Yeah, let's enter the ship. Let's go. Uh-oh. Needn't have worried about all the DVDs selling out. Yeah, they're not going to sell out until the end of the year. Like, I got new batches coming in until December. By the end of December, they'll sell out, but. Where are we going? So many succumb to Blu-ray scam. So many have succumbed to the Blu-ray scam. Where are we going? I guess I don't really know. I guess I'm trying to make money still. Oh, I got a bunch of food and medicine. That's right. I was up here I don't really know where I want to go next. I've very much enjoyed playing this game, but I do worry it's not a great game to stream. This might be the last Escape Velocity Override stream, because it is kind of the same thing every stream. And while I'm having a great time, I don't know if this is necessarily, like, compelling streaming material. But let's try to unlock this map a little bit more. That place gonna be hostile to me. Malvazar, thank you for the $2. Been playing through Nova. Found some great routes. Nice. Yeah, we'll play Nova at some point. I don't think I'm gonna play Nova right after this. I think this has been a little too much Escape Velocity, but we will get to it. That's right, I can't land here. Okay. Well, let's try going this way. This is no good. Oh my god, what the heck? Alright, well that is an area. Fueling post 12. Yeah, I gotta try again. I really want to get to fueling post 12. Hey! No, this is not something I want. I don't want to deal with that. There we go. Oh, Mei Li, I read one of the books you sent. I read The Wall. I was very interested in the concept, so I went with that one. That one first, because I just finished reading the Ripley books. It's like, what am I gonna read next? Oh yes. I got all these books made me sent. So I read The Wall. Oh, I made it. Pink Floyd. No, this is not Pink. This is not Pink Floyd's The Wall. So, Marlon Haushofer. Is that how you pronounce her name? It's Marlon or Marlene. I'm not sure. And I'm definitely not sure about the last name, but The Wall. Thank you so much for sending me that book. There's been a few books over the past couple of years that I've read where about halfway through the book I'm like, cannot believe I had not read this this already. And by the end of the book I'm like, well, this is one of the greatest books I've ever read. What a extraordinary novel. The Wall. Yeah, the concept in The Wall is pretty simple. There's a woman in the German countryside who wakes up and finds that there's a huge invisible wall separating her from the village, and everyone on the other side of the wall seems to be dead. And as far as she can tell, like, she's the last human being who's still alive. And the story follows her her surviving on her own with a dog and a cat and a cow. You're describing Zardoz. Zardoz. The book reminded me primarily of a Ursula Le Guin book. So not in terms of plot line. Very, very different books in terms of setting and tone and plot. Might seem silly to compare these two, but Tehanu by Ursula Le Guin. Yeah, it was part of the Earthsea series. It was the fourth Earthsea book, which follows a character from an earlier book, Tehanu. And the reason I compare these particular books is Ursula Le Guin was older at this point and wrote this story about a woman in... I think the woman in Tehanu is like around 50 at that point, whereas in the Wall the main character is, I think, 40. But spends a lot of the book analyzing her life and what it means to be a woman in society, and how much of that she actually connects with versus how much of it is complete like a fabrication that she was living through at the time, that she no longer has to keep up the facade. But yeah, in The Wall, a lot of the story is, this woman existing completely outside of human society, and the ways in which that changes her perception of her previous life, of her role in the world. It was just a very, very interesting book. There was a part where in The Wall, where the main character... This is a complete aside, but I also love books in which the main character is not named. Some of my favorite books involve a main character who you never learn their name. Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, classic example, but I really like the moment in The Wall where the main character specifically talks about how hard and complicated it is to love and care for things, and how very easy and simple it is to destroy them. And the whole book, I feel like, is about many things. The book isn't about like one particular thing, but the novel as a whole, especially once you get to the end, is very much that concept the extreme difficulty that she goes through loving and caring for the different animals in her life, and how very easy it is to just destroy all that. One of the few books I've read where I have, like, just cried multiple times while reading it. It doesn't happen to me often with books, but it does happen occasionally. It definitely had happened to me with The Wall. So, highly recommend The Wall. That was a great book to send. I appreciate it so much, Melee. I didn't expect to read through it so quickly, but it was just one of those books. Alright. Station acts as a refueling and a rearming post for Zacket patrols whose traders mad or desperate enough to travel these routes. Alright. I was hoping for a map here. None of the characters in those 3 books I sent have names. Oh, interesting. All 3 of them. Wonderful. Alright, this is also a place I don't want to be, apparently. Oh shoot, I just accidentally deleted my super chat. Oh, if you post whatever the super chat was, I'll in chat, I'll read it in chat. It's no surprise that no one has colonized this ugly mud ball of a world. That's very rude. Look at this. This is a beautiful mud ball of a world. Oh my god, no. KJ's on. I thank you for the $5. If you do post the message in chat, I'll go ahead and read it there. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna lead me anywhere. I think I gotta go back. I don't even know if I have enough fuel to go back, but we're gonna try. We're gonna try. No, not enough fuel. Alright, yeah, just blow me up. Whatever, this is fine. My father and I saw the Smashing Machine in my local cinema. While the film itself is fairly good, this might just be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's finest hour as an actor. It's finally come. Well, I'm glad you and your father enjoyed the Smashing Machine. Thank you so much for your super chat. The Smashing Machine. I've not heard of this film. I will look into it. Sink Drinker. Thank you for the $2. Have you ever read anything by Thomas Pynchon? Thomas Pynchon. I'm familiar with Thomas Pynchon. I think oh god, I think I read Vineland when I was younger, but I don't think I've read anything else by him. What else did he write? Pynchon? Thomas Pynchon. The Crying of Lot 49. Ah. Yeah, I don't think I've read any of these other books. Any in particular you would recommend? Pynchon. Pynchon. Thomas Pynchon. Love how she describes animals, especially cats. Yeah, one of the reasons the some of the animal stuff got to me so much in those books is I feel like the author really did a great job of making those animals feel real. It's like I've met these animals before. I have seen these animals. I've interacted with these exact animals. Yes, I see. I feel like I upgraded my ship's defenses, but it doesn't seem to have really helped. This place sucks. This place sucks. I don't like it. Insufficient fuel again. I need to be more strategic about this. Yeah, just blow me up. Whatever. Whatever. I don't even care. Blow me up all you want. It's wasting your own bullets. Let's land. Let's refuel. Ugh. I feel like there's too many dangerous areas in this game. Like, give me a break. Hey. Give me a break. It's land. The inhabitants of this agrarian colony live in perpetual fear of the renegades who make regular attacks only 1 or 2 jumps north. Fighting down their apprehension, they work incessantly and diligently on each year's harvest, hoping that their world's vast food output will somehow turn back the raiders. Yeah, I think this is where we bought our food at. Yeah, this isn't actually where I want to be anyway. I gotta try going here and seeing if that's anything. I don't think it is, but we're gonna try. I should probably be in a different ship for exploring, to be honest. This is the slowest, clumsiest ship to use for exploration. I picked the very worst ship possible for this task. I'm gonna do it. Alright, Zatchet. Outpost Zatchet, Dockmaster Reju. Begin initial approach. You got it. This station is the base of Zatchet, a defense force founded by the Maranu, which is employed to defend the northern Maranu worlds against renegade incursions. Despite the fact that at least half a dozen different alien races are represented amongst the mercenaries of the Zatchet, who refer to themselves as the Zatcha. And despite its loose organization, the Zatchet does an extremely good job. The core Maranu worlds are rarely, if ever, bothered by renegades. The Zatcha have a fearsome reputation. Every one of them is of at least dangerous combat rating. Oh, I can sell medical for hire. Don't mind if I do. And I'll sell my food as well. Hey, regional map. That's what I want. I love regional maps. Yeah, okay. Let's go to his Riar. A lot of fighting going on here in his Driar. Not very welcoming. Yeah. His Driar's population is made up mostly of strandless exiles from the worlds of Azdragari, Zidagar, or Iggardzra. Hisdriar is a world with a very bad reputation for harboring renegades, which, while it may well be undeserved by much of the population, has a lot of basis in fact. Hisdriar lacks the resources to defend itself, and so it relies on goodwill from all quarters to survive. Buy another regional map. Can't afford any of this junk. Guess I'll buy some low food. Oh, and they got low metal too. I'll buy some low metal, why not? Let's go to Dewey. Man, this goes out a lot farther this way than I thought. Let's visit Dewey. Oh no, that's so many ships. Yeah, there we go. After I read The Wall, sometimes when a book hits me in a certain way, I like to read what other people have said about it. And one of the first things I did was just look up discussions about the novel online, and I was a little surprised by how many people... I don't think this is like the majority. I think there's a split. There are people who read The Wall and think it's deeply compelling, as I did, and there's people who read The Wall and complain about how boring it is. These people are just like, there's nothing going on here. It's so dull. And the whole time I was reading it, I was pulled ahead. I felt this intense atmosphere emanating from the book. Deeply concerned with the lives of these animals and the woman who's taking care of them. And I just it's always interesting to see some people have such a wildly different reaction to a piece of art. Let's try going to Dewey again. Who is the author of The Wall again? Marlen Haushofer. Marlen Haushofer. It's from 1963. I feel like maybe there's some people who picked up the book because of the sci-fi concept, but you know, the concept is essentially like, it's not a mystery that she's not like doing experiments and trying to get to the bottom of this wall business. There's just an unexplainable and unknowable phenomenon that isolates her. And it's about her dealing with that isolation. Her attempting to survive as best she can in the situation she's ended up in. Mun believes they're going for low here. The moon of Munb is the only place in the known galaxy where the unique Munb plant will grow. This plant is highly valued for its leaves, which have powerful medicinal properties, and are considered priceless by Maranu doctors. Wow. You know, a bunch of jerks outside their planet. Well, I don't have any maps I can buy, so you'll attempt to travel this way. Sounds like a book that might send me into a spiral of existential dread. Oh, yeah, it definitely could. It is a very existential book. Renegade government. Alright, I don't want to be here. Let me go to to Mordor. Welcome to Timidran. The Maranu set up a small colony on Timidran some decades ago. Unfortunately, due to the renegade problem, the colony has remained small ever since. The Maranu not being known for their determination in the face of adversity. It's helping me deal with feelings I was already struggling with. Yeah, I find existential novels to, as someone who lives their life steeped in existential crises, I do find novels about such circumstances to be more comforting than they are exacerbating. Nothing here for me. Let's try Kit Track. Landing request received. Begin initial approach. The populous world of Kitrak is famed for its delicious purple river eels and very little else. Anyone here ever eaten jellied eels? I have not. I watched a video explaining the history of jellied eels. But, you know, before I was a vegetarian, I never had the opportunity, and now I never will. But jellied eels. I got a lot of stuff to sell here. We're just not making all that much money through selling this stuff. I could buy a bunch of river eels. Cormorants make eel eating look pretty good. Yeah, I guess they do. I had not realized about jellied eels that you don't make like a jelly for the eel. The eel is just they're very fatty, and so their fat, when stewed, turns the stew into jelly. So it's like making a fish stew, except the fish's body just naturally jellifies the liquid. Yeah, alright. By a regional map. Defense system. I will buy that. I don't know how that works, but hopefully it defends me. Love a shield enhancer. I do not have nearly that much money, though. Jelly deals popular in Britain. Well, I mean, that's where they're from initially. I don't think they're popular anymore. This is a bit of an old-timey food at this point. They were popular because there was a lot of eels. It's very cheap to fish eels. Bad loss, eh? You cleared the land. Kirin Prime is home to a small Maranu scientific research station and a lot of snow. Nice, okay. Guess I'll keep seeing what's in this direction. Nothing. Alright, I guess I gotta go back to Kirim and then... I could go this way, but I'm probably gonna run out of fuel, so... What did everyone eat today? Anything interesting? You have any good food today? I got some ramen. There's a ramen place around here that makes excellent broth. Some of my favorite broth in the whole world. Don't order from it often because Scuffy doesn't really like the options that much, but I was feeling a little off earlier today, and Scuffy was like, let's order from the ramen place. They were very kind. They know how much the ramen makes me feel better. I was willing to eat a meal that was maybe a little mid for them. Let me see. Here's the one I got from Virginia. Fire Red Opal. Yuzu flavored hot and sour soup, tofu, sauteed bamboo shoot, simmered shiitake mushroom, cilantro, chili thread, chili oil and lime, served with thick noodles. Very good. Excellent. The broth in this is so good. It always feels like I'm drinking a health potion. Like, it's extremely flavorful, but it feels like it's healing me as I'm eating it. It's unbelievable. Great stuff. This is the one that that Scuffy gets. The Flying Harvest. Vegan miso broth. See, this is the weird part. They add impossible meat to this. I've never... I don't really understand the impossible meat stuff. Tofu, bean sprouts, broccolini, green onions, corn, red onion, crispy garlic, and chili seasoning. Served with thick noodles. I think if they put any other, like, vegan protein that wasn't just impossible beef... It is... I don't really understand it, but... I enjoyed my ramen very much. Vegetarians, they sure have a lot of meat products. What do you think the point of vegetarianism is? Supposed to be a gotcha? What is this? Commodity exchange. I'll buy some equipment. Buy one more equipment. You know, like fake meat. No, I know what you're saying. I just don't understand how it's supposed to be a gotcha. It's like, oh, you hate killing animals and ripping their fur off and wearing their fur around. Well, you sure have a lot of fake fur for someone who's supposedly against fur. Or you're using fake leather. Certainly have a lot of leather for someone who doesn't like leather. No, it's the substitutes are because you don't eat the thing. That's like I'm lactose intolerant. I'm drinking almond milk. Oh. For someone who's lactose intolerant, you're certainly drinking a lot of milk. What do you think? What do you... I guess I don't understand the gotcha. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's substitutes, so you don't have to eat the thing. I feel like it's self-explanatory. Period. Let's go to period. Switching to oat milk is faster than reloading your primary. Alright, I guess I'll explore over here now. But let's land first, get more fuel. Nothing there for us. I'll buy a regional map, even though I don't actually think that's gonna... No, that didn't do anything. That was a waste of money. Let's go to Himgro. 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 My son is small, but him grow. Alright, let's land. The Maranu Academy of Medical Studies is located on Himgro, as well as being the main training center for Maranu physicians. This moon is home to a vast library of knowledge on the physiology of billions of organisms from dozens of different worlds. Here we go. Let's outfit our ship. I will sell this equipment. Buy some medical. Oh man, I'm almost out of... You know what? I'm not going to buy medical. I'm almost out of stuff. Alright, let's go to Blogger. Let's go to Blogger. I gotta see what's going on in Blogger. I simply must know what is happening today in Blogger. Welcome to Blogger. The calm and pleasant world of Blogger is a point of trade between the Maranu and the Crescent. Although long colonized by the Maranu, the planet remains virtually totally unspoilt. But a short walk from Blogger's busiest place of business are broad sandy beaches and vast green parklands. Commodity exchange, anything good here? Ooh, luxury goods for low. It's too bad I just don't have a lot of cash. Or else I would be all over those luxury goods. Oh, there's so many uninhabited places here. I'm gonna try going this way. Let's see what's over here. Blogger. Alright, I can land here, but there's not anything on the planet. I don't think I can go any further. Kuna's the first moon of blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we can get home. I'm not 100% sure we can. I don't actually know that we can't get home. Just gotta float around for a bit, pick up some space fuel. Just sort of let my my fuel tank refill. Blogger. We gotta get to Blogger. Alright, let's see if this is enough. I don't think this is going to be enough. Well, might as well land on this planet and see what's going on there. It's an empty planet, but yeah, they got nice views. This is one of a pair of quite habitable seeming moons in this system. Blogger. 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 All right, we did it. We're getting to Blogger. Wow. Yeah, this is a bad ship to explore with. Even with its extra fuel tanks, it's just not... It just doesn't have very much reach. I gotta assume there's nothing super interesting that way. But you never know. Alright, we're gonna go back down south. It's gonna take a little bit of a ride to get there. Blogger. I just like the word blogger. What can I say? Do you have some deep obsession with bleak, wasted vistas? Yes. What the heck? Wait. We didn't get any fuel. We didn't land in the right place. Alright, I gotta go back. There we go. Oh, blogger. Pardon me. Excuse me. Let's see. Which direction do we want to try going? I guess we could see what's over here. I don't know where I should go for that. Should I go this way? East or west? Well, I'm already over here, so we'll try going west first. Clearly, there's got to be something over here that is a bit upwards. And there's no, like, refueling stations up here. Well, I guess I can try this first, because that's easy to come back from. West is nothing but angry. Yeah, I don't really like the angry. I guess we'll go east after this little detour. What is this? Granitus. Uninhabited. From here we can get to Baca, so let's do that. Let's go to Baca. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. Don't worry about it. Too much fighting going on. Around half a century ago, this world was host to a peaceful, prosperous human colony. Then came the Voinians, devastating this world along with many others and obliterating the colony. Amidst the chaos of the Voinian War, even the name once given to this beautiful planet was lost. Today it is located far too close to the border to be resettled. Yeah, all those ding-dang Voinians. No, that's not where I need to land here. Commodity exchange. Nope, nothing there for me. Nothing there. Let's travel eastward. Alright, we can go up here. We can go down here. I guess we'll try down first. Why not? See if we can go to Lothay. Well, Lothay was a bunch of trouble, though. Maybe I want to go up here, even though... Oh, God. Blaga's the... Blaga's the closest fueling station. Wish I had more jumps. Let's go to Valos. Blaga forever. Blaga forever. I want to write a novel about the beautiful world of Blaga. Anyone reading any good books? I talked all about The Wall that I'd read earlier, thanks to Meili. Great novel. Gotta figure out what I'm gonna read next. I got 2 more books from Meili. Be reading those soon. I also got a whole bunch of other ones on my list. But I always like to hear what people are reading. A lot of people just don't read anymore. I don't think this is some, like, I don't know. People have interest in different forms of art. Crime and Punishment. Now that's a book. Bible again. Robert sitting down in the evening reading his Bible. Reading the Congress of Futurologists, the Red Wall, and the Myth of Sisyphus. Interesting collection. Started rereading Hitchhiker's Guide. Also just read The Misery of Living Forever as a Forgotten Cloud the other night. Thank you for getting that book. Do I need a regional map here? I think I've already gotten a regional map. Alright, let's go to Lothay. Should start reading. Should get a parallel Bible. I'm always surprised that more people who have an interest in the Bible through their religion that more people don't have a parallel Bible. I am not religious, and I've got one. Well, maybe that's why. For anyone who doesn't know, parallel Bibles. You know, the text of the Bible written very many years ago, and not in English. There have been a number of translations over the years. So a parallel Bible is one in which many different translations are laid out side by side. So, like, as you're reading through, you've got a variety of translations there, as opposed to just King James or something. You know, a lot of translations written with specific ideas behind them, specific intentions. It's by this regional map and having a parallel Bible. If you don't know the original languages, if you don't know the Arabic, the Hebrew, the Greek, you know, you're gonna get a little bit of a better idea. Of some of the original meaning. Alright, which way should we go? I feel like we went to Tamil before, and it blew up before we got back. Roy Moore seems bad. Let's go this way, and hope this works out. Oh God, no. Okay, well, I guess we'll so we'll head off this way. It's all bad here. What the heck? It's all people that are not going to let me land. I thought this is what I was supposed to encounter the other way. Well, I don't have the fuel to get back, so I guess I'm done for. I gotta float around. I'm trying to get a little bit more fuel. See if we can make one more jump. And leave me alone. I'm just collecting space fuel. Also hail and ask for help. Oh yeah, I can. Nope. Yeah, just collect a little bit more fuel. Here we go. Mark. Docking request denied. Please. What is it? I will offer a bribe. We don't take kindly to insults. Dang it. Request assistance. Pay me 1,000 credits. Okay. Hold on, I'll be right there. Thank you. I got one jump worth of fuel. Going west? What do you mean west? I'm going east, baby. I'm heading east. Yeah. East up. Like this one. Is that the is this the spot? So we got 4 different sections we can jump to right now. Alright, let's see how this goes. Of course, if anyone's shooting at us, we're done for. Emnon. Alright, let's float around until we get some fuel. Next jump is lower east. Lower east, okay. Seems like a nice place. Yeah, we've gone pretty far this way. I don't know how we're gonna get back. This is a bad ship to be using here. North? Here? Later? Yeah. I'll wait for I gotta wait for my fuel to recharge. You played Silent Hill F yet? No. I haven't played many modern games in the past few months. It's too much work. I mean, I'm glad I can pick up fuel from the air, or, you know, the space air, which is a real thing. There's air in space. They try to tell you there's not because they don't want you going up there. Oh my god, a planet, Morin. Well, thank you, Malphazar, for guiding me to the wonderful world of Morin. Cleared to land on Morin. Morin is the great armory of the Asdragari. All spoils from raids on the Igdazra come here before being distributed through Asdragari space. Nice. Commodity exchange. Weapons. Wow. That's very pricey. Yeah, I'll buy a regional map. That sounds like a good investment. I already have a fuel scoop, don't I? It says I don't. Because I've been scooping fuel, but I don't know how that works. I'll buy one. Get even more fuel. Wow, there's a lot of places around here. My goodness. Let's go to Asdragari. What's the F stand for? I think you know. Stands for Fraggle Rock. Silent Hill Fraggle Rock. The characters from Fraggle Rock end up in Silent Hill. Isn't Silent Hill F the one that doesn't take place in Silent Hill for some reason? Zarnez is peopled by the members of the Asdragari science community. This is where the Asdaras have their shield generators carefully and precisely tuned to the fineness required for their notorious regeneration speed. It takes place in 70s Japan. I don't know why they couldn't just make a 70s Japan horror game. Why does it have to be Silent Hill if it's not? I don't know. I feel like I'm not really a purist in terms of many things. 60s Japan. But Silent Hill should probably take place in Silent Hill. I got my credits. There's other planets here, right? You can land on a bunch of stuff here. The homeworld of the Asdragari had some very unpleasant things done to its atmosphere in an offensive by the Zadagar 2 centuries ago. This bothered the Asdrugari little. A nomadic people by nature, they were easily able to abandon the world in time. None of them were even on the planet. Oh. The Asdrugari, we don't even care. You tried to genocide us. It's fine. We don't care. We're moving on, man. That's in the past. Don't worry about it. I don't care. Get out of my way. On Veltez, the final touches are made to Asdrugari vessels. The simple tune-ups to the engine and thrusters, which make all Asdrugari vessels matchless in their maneuverability. The engineers of Veltez are renowned for their ability to make something useful out of the most bizarre pieces of junk. Everything is high here. I would love to buy another regional map, but... Oh yeah, that's where my money went. I bought the fuel scoop. It's got a toy. Toy is a good source of various ores, which the Asdrugari fall back on when income from raids is low. Things are quiet. This is obviously a good season for raiders. Metal. Where did I just see? Yeah, metal was high down here. Let's make this run real quick. Sell, 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 sell. Yeah, going back to toy. I'm gonna just keep doing this until I have enough money to keep traveling around. Yeah, here we go. Toy. Commodity exchange. Let's buy all the metal we can. Let's go back to Asdrugari. This is great. This is good stuff. Oh no, that's not where I want to stop. That's fine. Sell, 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 sell. Wow, we're really doing it. It's all happening. We're slowly building our fortune. I fixed a fountain pen today. This is exciting stuff. I have a fountain pen. I purchased it used. It said it was in mint condition, and it was not. But I was able to fix it. The nib needed a little bit of work, and I've gotten much better at repairing fountain pen nibs. It writes like a dream now. I'm going to write a letter with it right after this stream, in fact. Mint condition. They had chewed it up like a mint. That's what mint condition means. Yes. All right. Honestly, I think this is probably enough. Let's go to Molar. Let's see what's going on in Molar. Molar. The drama here on Molar. Molar is a major base for raids against Zidagar. It isn't an especially busy place, and as Dragari raids tend to take circuitous routes a long time. Okay. Luxury goods, high, outfit the ship. I'll buy a regional map. That's what I'm here for. Mapping the region. Alright, let's go to Dirach. I was making a Silent Hill game. I would add Mario to it. I was making Silent Hill. I would add Mario. Temperate and self-sufficient, Dirach is one of the Gari's first permanently settled worlds. and one of their final retreats in times of great strife. Let's buy some food, I suppose. Buy a regional map, why not? These regional maps are getting more expensive. Actually, all right, that trades food. Let's buy more food when we're here. I would add loud hills. Changing it up. Is it protagonist or psychopomp? I would add, so Mario would show up, but he would be dressed as, you know that, like, thong outfit that Borat wears in that one movie? Mario would be dressed like that. And he'd be doing Borat bits. Just imagine. I personally would be terrified if out of the fog Mario, dressed in that one thong Borat was in, came stumbling out of the fog, doing Borat bits, just doing the whole Borat routine. Would make killing Mario much easier. My wife. My wife. I don't actually remember all that many Borat bits. Probably for the best. Fearless Asdragari radars came to this world for occasional periods of relaxation while planning future raids at the same time, of course. Of course. Let's buy a regional map. Sell our food. Medium, good enough. Alright. No. It's got a chalk and then Deuter. Giuliani would have to be the protagonist for a Borat Silent Hill. I would love to see Rudy Giuliani end up in Silent Hill. I think that would be a good game. The Asdragari, based on this chilly world, keep warm by raiding the Igazdra as much as possible. Okay. Gags about reading. Yeah, a bunch of nonsense that way. One of my favorite Rudy Giuliani things was when Donald Trump had lost his election against Joe Biden. Rudy Giuliani set up a press conference and very clearly it was set up thinking that they were going to be at a Four Seasons hotel. Four Seasons is a upscale hotel, but they accidentally booked it at the Four Seasons Total Landscaping, which is a small business that sells landscaping equipment, and the press conference just ends up Four Seasons Total Landscaping press conference. This is just like a 30 Rock joke. Held 4 days after the United States presidential election, Rudy Giuliani, former mayor of New York City and an attorney for then President Donald Trump, hosted a press conference at Four Seasons Total Landscaping to discuss the status of Trump's Trump campaign's legal challenges to the ballot counting process, etc., etc. The site of the press conference, a local landscaping business, was unexpected. Many journalists and others quickly observed a comical aspect to its location near a sex shop and a crematorium. Site selection led to speculation that the Trump campaign meant to book the upscale Four Seasons Hotel 5 blocks from Convention Center. The event was ridiculed by journalists and users of social media. Garnered further ridicule after it emerged that one of the witnesses who spoke at the event was a convicted sex offender. Four Seasons Total Landscaping, baby. So, Rudy Giuliani, great candidate for Silent Hill. Well, I guess that's all we're gonna travel for today. We saw many things. I don't know if we're gonna continue this game next week. I like playing it, but you know, next week it'll be basically just this stream again. So, great game though. I do love the escape velocity games. Special thanks to the FilmCow Patreon supporters. Greatly appreciate the support. was the name of that Le Guin book. Tihanu. I'll post a link to the Wikipedia in chat. Yeah, it's the 4th book in the Earthsea series. The Earthsea series as a whole, if you haven't read them, they're all excellent books. Some of my favorite books. The first 3 are very much like young adult fiction, but like older young adult fiction. When if they were released today, they would just be called adult fiction. These categorizations have changed over time. The first 3 Earthsea books didn't really vibe with the first Earthsea book. The first 3 Earthsea books are they follow Ged. I like those books a lot. I appreciate like Le Guin's very Taoist outlook on things, and how much the like evil that Ged is trying to overcome in the first book is his own foolishness. I like the second one more, but didn't read any further. The 4th, 5th, and 6th books are entirely different. Ursula Le Guin was at a different point in her life, and the 4th, 5th, and 6th books are very much like an examination of her earlier work, and specifically like the way that she had centered men and male experiences in her early work. Tahanu in particular is very much feels like her in the later points of her life, examining like what has it meant for me to have been a wife, to have been a mother, to have existed as a woman in society. What like the main character is like in a similar position as Le Guin was at the time, and Ged is reintroduced into the story, but Le Guin has many more criticisms of this character now. Le Guin is much more critical of Ged in this book, and of the world that Ged exists in, and that they exist in. It's much more. It's a very different type of story. So generally when people tell me that they like really like Earthsea, like when I recommend the whole series, I do include the caveat that the 4th, 5th, and 6th books are essentially like entirely different genre of books. Very different vibes, very different everything, but they're worth checking out. I like them all. I like all 6 books, but for very different reasons. What's your favorite book in this series? I don't know that I have like a favorite in the series, because I like each book in the series for very different reasons. Like, I think the first Earthsea book is probably the easiest Le Guin book for someone to get into if they have not read, like, a lot of different novels. it's an easier read than many other Le Guin works. It's a fairly simple story. Been wanting to read some more Le Guin for ages, but was underwhelmed by some I tried, like Left Hand. Yeah, Left Hand, I've mentioned this before. I do think that's one of her works that has aged the worst. It's also, I think, the only book of hers that she ever, like, apologized for elements of. Like, she was not, later in her life, she was not satisfied with The Left Hand of Darkness. Dahanu is a great book. I really like The Dispossessed. I think The Dispossessed is maybe the book that politically turned me into a like a social anarchist, because it's very much like an argument for social anarchy as a political system. You've got someone who comes from a social anarchy society and then explores a capitalist world, and then there's a socialist revolution going on that world against capitalism, but even the socialists, like, on this world, like the ultimate goals and whatever of the socialist movement in this novel are very clearly, like, fall short of the ideals that are possible and have been reached in the social anarchist group. But yeah, I like The Dispossessed a lot. Lathe of Heaven is another favorite of mine. I've also talked a lot about The Telling, which is one of Le Guin's much later novels. And I think that's the last book in the Heinous cycle. Let me see. Hard to get copies of that one. The Telling. Yeah. God, it is hard to get a copy of The Telling now. That sucks. Well, I can find a copy of Library of America release of the full Hainish cycle. Includes the telling. This is a huge collection. Good God, why can't you just get the single book? Rokadon's World. That one, that one didn't strike me quite as much. It's very early Le Guin. Social anarchy, an umbrella term? It's just a... So, there are different types of, like, anarchist political philosophy. Social anarchy is just one of those branches. Often criticized as being utopian. It's, aim big, I say. Also picky about sci-fi. The Wall is the kind of sci-fi I like, where the science doesn't matter. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. There's definitely science fiction novels that are very interested in concepts of technology or or what have you. There's a science fiction where the science fiction is a set up for an exploration of some more human concept. I like both of those things, but the telling is definitely is definitely the latter. It's definitely it's primarily concerned with the things within people that cannot be stamped out by capitalism. It's it's about the aspects of oneself that cannot be destroyed by these systems that exist and continue to exist in spite of those systems trying to stamp it out. I'm gonna see if I can yeah, I'm gonna look for a copy of the telling. I've got one from a long time ago, but I think I'm seeing some on like eBay. It seems to be out of print. It should go back in print. I guess it is as part of that set, but it should go back in print on its own. All right. I guess I'm done. I guess that's it. I guess that's all. I'm gonna go and eat something. Thank you again, Maylee, for sending those books. Very much enjoyed the wall. Oh, what a novel. That'll be it for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a great night, everyone. A great morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. Have a good one. Farewell, everyone. I love you all.